afternoon, welcome to M News Live from our news hub here in Ngwa, Adugono. We are also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, Maranatha TV GH. My name is Margaret Kado. Coming up in the top stories.
President Akufo-Addo has appointed some individuals to the Council of State for his second term. New Chinese ambassador Liu Qun in particular praised the president's wide reforms in the economy, education and society in general. In the foreign front, Central African Republic security forces have been battling rebels seeking to overturn a December 27 presidential vote.
Details of these stories and much more news is coming to you live from our studios here. Now the details. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has appointed some individuals to the Council of State for his second term according to Article 89, Subsection 2 of the 1992 Constitution.
According to the Constitution, the Council of State is to, among other things, counsel President in the performance of his functions. It may also, upon request on its own initiative, consider and make recommendations on any matter being considered or dealt with by the President, a Minister of State, Parliament, or any other authority. A press statement issued and signed by Eugene Ahin, the Acting Director of Communication at the Office of the President, announced that the President has named 11 persons, including Nana Otuo-Srebo, the immediate past chairman of the Council, to form part of the composition of the Council of State. The President, subject to consultation with Parliament, has also appointed, in accordance with Article 89, Subsection 2, A, I, and II, and III, Churchina Theodora Wood, a former Chief Justice, and General J.B. Dankwa, a former Chief of Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces, and Nana Owusu Nsia, a former Inspector General of Police, to the Council. The President of the National House of Chiefs will be an ex-official member of the Council in furtherance of Article 89, Subsection 2b. The composition of the Council will be completed with the election due to be held on 12 February 2021 of regional representatives in accordance with Article 89 2c. Per Article 91, Subsection 1 of the Constitution, the Council is required to consider and advise the President or any other authority in respect of any appointment which is required by the Constitution or any other law to be made in accordance with advice of or in consultation with the Council of State.
6 new ambassadors representing 6 countries across the world have met President Akufo-Addo to present letters of credence to President, praising him for his reforms in the economy, education, and the society in general.
President Akufo-Addo congratulated fresh envoys on their appointment. He called for greater collaboration between their countries and Ghana, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, where all countries are facing internal difficulties as they strive for recovery. The new Chinese ambassador Liu Qun in particular praised the president's wide reforms in economy, education and society in general, which he said has transformed Ghana's socio-economic fortunes. The Chinese diplomat added that he is convinced under the strong and able leadership the Ghanaian government and people will make greater achievements in the future. Mr. Liu was optimistic that his tour of duty in the country would further enhance the relations between the two nations. He pledged his country's readiness to partner Ghana to harness opportunities for the mutual benefit of both countries.
In other story, the Food and Drugs Authority has approved the first herbal medicine for clinical trial on COVID-19 treatment.
The herbal medicine is named Cryptolepis sanguinolenta, locally known as Nibima. This was disclosed in a statement issued in Accra on Monday and signed by Mrs. Delicy A.A. Dako, the Chief Executive Officer of the FDA. The Food and Drugs Authority and the National Regulatory Agency in Ghana have approved a herbal medicine, locally known as Nibima, for clinical trials in January 21, it said. The statement said in search of COVID-19 treatment, researchers from the School of Public Health at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology submitted a clinical application. It said the application was to assess the safety and efficacy of Cryptolepis sanguinolenta as a potential treatment of COVID-19. This follows results from lab studies conducted by the NAST research team, which points in the direction of possible clinical benefits, the statement said.
Away from that story, the Catholic Bishop of Ashanti region of Konongo-Mampo, Most Reverend Joseph Osebonsu, has called on Christians to serve the country by complying with the COVID-19 safety protocols.
He said, despite the high incidence of the disease, there were some Ghanaians who continued to disregard the health protocols. He made the call during the 70th anniversary celebration of the St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church at the University of Ghana, Legon. Bishop Osebonsu said, if people wore their masks, washed and sanitized their hands, and observed social distancing, the nation would be able to overcome the virus. He emphasized that Ghanaians who did not observe the protocols were doing a great disservice to the nation. He commended the church for the tremendous progress made over the years and encouraged their congregants to hold on firmly to the Catholic faith and demonstrate that by engaging in good works. Most Reverend John Bonaventure Kofi, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Accra, extolled the church for the significant role it had played in ensuring students who enrolled in the university. He entreated the church to remain committed to its mission of impacting the lives of students and advised it to find innovative ways to bring the gospel to them. Dr. Stephen Diayen-Tumi, former Parish Pastoral Council Chairman, St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church, said the church's achievements included growth in student population and groups and completion of a permanent place of worship. The University of Ghana received recognition for its contribution to the progress of the church.
M-News returns shortly with business. Please do stay.
Maranatha Vocational and Technical Institute, Mavotech, comes your way with varieties of courses you can choose from. Be it catering and decorations, building and construction, fashion designing, electricals and electronics, beauty skincare, nail culture, and grooming makeup. Admission is in progress. You have a diploma certificate, SHS certificate, JHS certificate, a school dropout, or have no formal education. Then there is no need to fear because you are accredited by the National Vocational and Technical Training Institute. Hostel facilities are also available. You can locate us at the Ayibonto in Sawim on the Dokrochewa St. Martin's Road. For more enquiries, you can contact us on 0246 026 257 or 0504 531 908 and 0243 175 295.
There is a scholarship for the first 100 students, so call now.
Mavotech, helping people to help themselves. You want to spend your time away, living your life in affordable luxury? Here you are with Shiloh Guest House, the nation's first best ever guest house. We pride ourselves with our superior customer service and premium rooms being meant for kings and queens. Our front style eloquence speaks for itself, and we can't wait to give you a taste of a true luxury is all about. And after a night, rest is guaranteed with a glow most comfortable bed with neat and good mattresses with twinkle surroundings and warm atmosphere. The whole family to dive in, come rain or shine, businessmen or women, parent and kid alike, get away with the reward of free Wi-Fi. The environment beauty is uncomparable. Shiloh Guest House is just in Teshinwa Estate near A Life Junction. For further enquiries, you can contact us on 0241 972076 0558 414718 and 0555 940 103. Shiloh Guest House, bursts and quality assured.
Welcome back from the commercial break. Let's now do some business news. Senior economist Courage Kingsley Mate with Data Bank Research in an assessment to the latest data of the country's balance of payments, BOP, released by the central bank.
According to the Bank of Ghana's summary of economic and financial data published ahead of its policy rate announcement today, the external sector suffered much from the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. The BOP contracted to a deficit of $632.47 million, equivalent to 0.95% of gross domestic product at the end of 2020 from a surplus of $1.34 billion, equivalent to 2% of GDP in 2019. This was largely due to the decrease in the capital and financial accounts balance to $1.55 billion in 2020 from $3.07 billion in 2019. Ghana's trade surplus also reduced by 0.4 percentage points to 3% of GDP, while the current account deficit widened from 2.8% to 3% of GDP. Notwithstanding the current external situation and the effects of the forex market, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, earlier this year was confident that the reserve levels, coupled with other measures to be implemented by the government in 2021, should see the local currency remaining stable throughout this year. The cedi, which depreciated by 3.8% against the dollar in 2020, outperformed many of its peers on the African continent. The cedi began 2020 trading at 5.54 Ghana cedis to a dollar and closed the year at 5.76 to the US currency. As at Friday, January 29th, the cedi was trading at 5.76 Ghana cedis to a dollar. This year, the Bank of Ghana plans to issue a total of $775 million through its bi-weekly forward foreign exchange auctions.
Still on business, some operators of restaurants have disclosed the patronage of restaurants in some parts of Accra has dropped drastically following the soar in COVID-19 cases nationwide.
The GNA gathered that businesses went up when COVID-19 cases declined and appeared good during the yellow tide. However, operators at area-coded restaurants, wine and dine restaurants, Lord of the Rings restaurants, and Step 4 restaurants at Ashaliboche, East Legon, Obojo, and Medina respectively said sales had dwindled within the past week. At the area-coded restaurants, Mr. Raymond Awache, the manager, said he made daily sales between 1,500 Ghana cedis and 3,000 before and during Christmas, but was now making less than 1,000 cedis a day. He said businesses took a nosedive earlier in the year after the second rise in COVID-19 cases, but was hopeful of better days ahead. Mrs. Stephanie Dennis, manageress Wine and Dine Restaurant, said the rise in COVID-19 had caused a huge drop in the restaurant's businesses, describing the situation as very disturbing. Madam Loretta Esi Bamford, a staff at the Lord of the Rings restaurant, said the place was usually empty during the day with few orders delivered to customers occasionally. She said because daily sales had reduced, some workers were asked to go home and feared a few more could be sent soon with the second wave of the pandemic.
Coming up next is entertainment.
Every citizen has a way of understanding social issues. Remember, we all have our point of view. What is your point of view? Make a date with me this and every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. as I bring to you social and trending issues on Perspective. My name is Mamli Saturday.
Welcome back. Remember, we are still live on Facebook and YouTube, Maranatha TV GH. Let's now do some entertainment news. Leader of Universal Spiritual Outreach, popularly known as a Jagraja movement in Ghana, Bishop Kwabena Boakye Asamoah has made a shocking revelation about how he survived four assassination attempts by some Ghanaian pastors.
The fearsome man of God, whose an ardent speaker against the actions and inactions of some Ghanaian pastors, says his life has been under threat because of his works. Speaking in an interview with One Ghana TV, Ajagraja revealed that he survived 4 assassination attempts since he registered his name on the lips of Ghanaians, and to the best knowledge and experience of Ajagraja, he is convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that some Ghanaian Christian pastors are behind the assassination attempt. As a reminder, Bishop Abed Kwabena Boachi Esiama aka Ajagraja is a leader of Universal Spiritual Outreach, popularly known as Ajagraja movement in Ghana. Ajagraja sounds strange. It is actually the name of an angel. Ajagra means warrior and Ja means God. Therefore, Ajagraja means warrior of God. He therefore claims he is himself a true prophet of God sent to carry out his assignments on earth.
Now in the foreign front, UN Refugee Agency has disclosed conflict in the Central African Republic has displaced more than 200,000 people since violence erupted over December election results.
The agency said nearly half of those fleeing crossed into the Democratic Republic of Congo. Refugee arrivals into the Democratic Republic of the Congo have reached 92,000 according to local authorities, and some 13,240 people have crossed into Cameroon, Chad, and the Republic of Congo since violence erupted in December 2020 ahead of the CAR's general elections, the statement said. Some 100,000 people remain internally displaced within the country. The continuing volatility has hampered the humanitarian response and made access to the internally displaced more difficult, the agency said. The CAR army, backed by UN, Russia, and Rwanda troops, has been battling rebels seeking to overturn a December 27th vote in which President Faustin Archange Touadéra was declared the winner. Refugees have told UNHCR that they fled in panic when they heard gunshots, leaving their belongings behind, spokesman Boris told journalists in Geneva. Vast distances and extremely poor road conditions mean that humanitarian assistance takes time to reach people in need, the UNHCR said. The resource-rich nation, with a population of 4.7 million, has struggled to find stability since 2013 rebellion ousted former President Farkas Bozis. The country plays host to vast sources of gold, diamonds, uranium, and oil. In 2019, Bozis returned to CAR and announced his intended candidacy for the elections, but the Constitutional Court ruled that he did not satisfy the good morality requirement over officials' allegations of torture and assassinations.
Let's end this afternoon news with a recap of the top stories.
President Akufo-Addo has appointed some individuals to the Council of State for his second term. New Chinese ambassador Liu Qun in particular praised the president's wide reforms in the economy, education, and society in general. In the foreign front, Central African Republic security forces have been battling rebels seeking to overturn a December 27 presidential vote.
This is where we draw the curtains down this afternoon, and my name is Margaret Cardo. A very big thanks to the production team and then also to my very producer, Hussein Isaku. Have a very good afternoon.